Yo, what is up? My name's Jonathan, and I want to give you a little props for being in Stephen Bartlett's challenge. Honestly, it's awesome that you're here taking these first big steps to changing your life. And if I was with you right now, I'd want to give you a big old hug. But I'm not, so we'll just have to wait. For now, though, I'll be your guide and walk you through how to pick your niche, how Stan works, and the different types of products that you can offer. So, without further ado, let's freaking go! All right. Slow down, Jonathan. You're getting a little too excited here. I think we gotta take some baby steps, a little bit of baby steps. Before we get cracking in on our Stan store, we need to first think about what we're gonna offer. I don't want to get too much in the weeds here, but one piece of advice I would impart on you to find your niche is to really just think about what people are asking you advice on. Because honestly, that is truly your superpower at the end of the day. My superpower, you could ask? I'd say I'm a pretty fly guy. I mean, people ask me about my fashion choices all the time. People say, like, where do you shop? Like, where did you get that fit? Oh my God, how did you think of that? So when I take all of those, questions in my mind, I'm like, okay, my niche has got to be fashion. But more specifically, really wanting to help young dudes find their own personal style. So I want you to think about that for yourself. That's how you'll truly know what you have to offer to the world and the value you bring because of your experience and your expertise. So we've established what our niche is. Now let's dive into how Stan really works. Stan is your digital storefront where you can capture your leads, host your digital products and services, and redirect to all of your links. Here's one of our top Stan creators, Abigail Pugh's very own storefront. As you can see, she can redirect to her podcast, her socials on the left-hand side, all of these amazing products and services, and even some affiliate links at the bottom. And the crazy thing is, you can showcase your Stan storefront wherever you want, simply with your unique URL link. Mine right here is stan.store/Jonathan Segawa. Full name, don't wear it out. And I grabbed that just from my Stan account. And the great thing is you can put it directly in your link in bio. So I'm primarily on Instagram. And when my followers are ready to purchase my digital products and services, they can simply just click in the link and be redirected to the storefront at a snap of a finger. So I actually snapped my fingers, got to the store, but is it really even a store? Like, what is this page? I mean, right now it's empty. It doesn't really serve my audience much. What should I do? I got it. I think we got to change this because it's looking so bare bones. We should log into our Stan account and get cracking on our store. And that default photo is kind of not it. I think the first step would be to add some personal flair. All right, it's Stan tutorial time. So get your note apps out and follow each of these steps for your own storefront so we can start to get that ball rolling. All right, so we're adding our personal flair to our Stan store. What it's going to look like once you arrive to your store is you're going to want to be in your My Store tab, and then on the store section of the My Store tab, next to your name, you're going to see a pencil icon. We're going to want to click on that. And okay, you will see your display name, your bio, your social link URLs. We'll get to that in a second. The first thing we got to do is get that beautiful face of yours into the profile pic section so everybody knows who they're talking to. So I'm going to put the pencil icon. Let me find a photo. Yeah, that's looking good. Perfect. Okay, so my photo's up. Now we can focus on the rest. My display name. Me personally, I go by Jonathan Segawa on my socials, so I'm going to keep a display name as my full name. Obviously, make it a username, a nickname, whatever it is you want that you feel comfortable with. And then a short description of yourself in the bio section. So, like I said, I would categorize myself in the fashion niche, more specifically, helping younger dudes find their personal style. So I'm going to write just that, helping younger dudes find their personal style. And you can add emojis here, so feel free to have fun with it. I love the sparkle emoji. I just feel like it adds that pop. So I'm going to put that there. And then social links URL. Instagram and TikTok will show up first because those are kind of like the main social channels. But if you click more socials, you got Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Twitter, Spotify, podcast, even Etsy. So if you have links to all of those other websites, plug them in right here and you can get connected to all those other ways. But for myself, I think I'm just going to put my Instagram, my TikTok, and my email. And there we go, save. So that's the first step to just adding that personal flair. We got my profile photo now, helping younger dudes find their personal style, and my 3 main points of contact, Instagram, TikTok, and email, all set up and ready to go. Pro tip incoming! Keep all your profile pictures consistent across the board. So we've personalized a portion of your store with the profile pic, short bio, and other ways for your audience to connect with you. But we still have to beautify the rest of your storefront with a beautiful theme. Thankfully, we have a whole Rolodex of themes to choose from. So to choose a theme, we just have to go to our edit design section and then scroll through the Rolodex of amazing preset themes we already have. Honestly, there's nothing like the Stan Classic, so I'm gonna go with this one. Nice. And after you choose your theme, we can't forget about the colors and the font. I'm gonna keep it simple and go with black and white, but of course you can decide whatever it is that you feel like represents your personal brand. So black and white, and I think I'm kind of feeling Poppins. Yeah, that's a pretty nice font. When you're ready with your theme, color, and font presets, you can press save, and then you'll see success. Your store theme was updated, and we just added another layer of beautifying to our storefront, and I think we're ready to start building a digital product. Oh, we're definitely ready to build a digital product. In fact, we're going to give you 2 tutorials on how to build 2 different products. The first one, digital download. And the second, we're going to pick up our phones and do some coaching calls. To build a digital product, we're going to be back in our My Store tab, and we're going to be pressing the Add Product button. So once we're here, we're presented with a few options, but what we're going to choose is the digital product option on the top right corner here. And this is where the fun begins, because now we get to customize what our product's going to look like from our storefront, what our checkout page is going to look like, and then start to actually upload our digital product, whether it's a guide, ebook, template, so we can finally get it out to the world. But let's go through this chronologically by first picking a style. So what a style is essentially is just how your product is going to show up on your storefront. If I choose button, you can see how it's smaller here. Call out, there's more information, it's bigger, and preview. Just a short, like a little overview of all of them. I'd say a preview is just extra information for no reason. This ready to download button is a little bit redundant, so we can stay away from preview. Not really necessary. The button is great if you have a lot of products on your store and you don't want it to be so long of a list. But we do usually recommend to have about 3 to 5 products on your store so you can avoid analysis paralysis. And that means that call out is the most ideal choice because the thumbnail photo is big enough. You get your title, you get your subtitle, and you also get this button, get my guide. So you have a good, solid foundation to get people interested, enough information there, but not too much, so they can press the button to get to the checkout page and learn more about it. So we pick a style, we're gonna go with call out. Now we've got to select an image. So I would highly recommend selecting an image that really goes along with the product itself. Going back to my fashion niche of helping young dudes find their personal style, I think I want to create a summer 2025 fit kit with 25 outfit ideas to really inspire my audience and help them get the ball rolling with their own wardrobes. So if that's going to be the case, let me find a photo that kind of matches and just shows my personality, my style a little bit. So we're going to press upload an image, find my photo here. Perfect. There we go. Yeah, I love this photo. I think it's so funny, but I also think it's fashionable. So shows my personality, shows my style. Bam, perfect combo. And now the title. So, okay, let's do Summer 2025 Fit Kit. This is where you really want to have like a catchy name or like maybe say it how it is. So fit kit, pretty straightforward. Subtitle, 25 outfit ideas to inspire your own sick fits this summer. And I love my emojis, so let me put a cool guy emoji there. Get my kid. And your button, your call to action button down here should always be some sort of verb, or as the saying goes, call to action. So they actually want to press the button to learn more. But yeah, there we go. That's our first page thumbnail done. Let's move on to the checkout page. So the checkout page is the place where you're really going to seal the deal for the sale. It's your opportunity to handle any objections, really inspire your customer to want to buy, and give them a good overview of what they can expect after buying your product. And the first step to getting more intrigue is to add another banger photo. And that's what I'm going to do here in the first step, which is select an image. So let me find another sick style-like image that's really going to seal the deal here. Upload an image. Oh yeah, this one's going to be killer. Back, there we go. Little b-boy action, little style action, bam, sits right there, looks beautiful. The title's automatically going to be filled in from what you put in the thumbnail section. And now my description body. So this is where you might have to think a little bit about what you want to write. If you're, obviously, it's your product, so you should know it inside and out. But if you do want any help with writing this description body for the checkout page, I would highly recommend trying our AI tool. My boy Stanley, that's the name of the AI, by the way. My boy Stanley is a G, and he will help you, scrape whatever it is you need, like socials, put the prompts in to really build out this description body. So why don't I just test it out? I'm a fashion creator, and I'm making a summer outfit guide. Fit inspiration guide for young men out there. Could you help me generate a checkout page for this product? Nice. Okay, let's give Stanley his time. Let him generate this checkout page. Whether it becomes the final product or not, it is honestly super, super useful to leverage him to get the ball rolling and get like a foundation or an idea started. So here he is. There he is in the top left corner there. Is he looking for this fashion creator? Okay, he's putting it on the top, but I like it. I like the enthusiasm. I like the energy. We don't have testimonials yet, but it's good to know that sometimes it might be ideal to add them in the checkout page for future. Maybe if there's a second version of this guide for fall 2025. You know what? I like this. I might just not use that part. Let's write, Actually, no, this is all really good. Now we're going to copy and paste this into the description body itself. Bam. And that's what it looks like. Awesome. And now we're moving on to the bottom title. Also, another little pro tip, if you do want to see what it looks like on the mobile preview, you can actually scroll through this kind of like mini phone on the side of your stand dashboard and see what it'll look like from someone who's using it on the phone. So this bottom title is directly going to correlate to this part right here. This is your way of really just like funneling them down into the payment section to really get the sale. So bottom title, I'm going to say, get my fit kit now. Once again, I love having fun emojis, so feel free to do that too. And then purchase. Yeah, I like that as a call to action button. Considering the value that I believe my product is going to be bringing to my audience, I think it's worth $29.99. I have seen guides, digital products, ebooks, templates. So like even handbooks and workbooks go from anywhere between $10 and $89. So it really depends on the transformative aspect of your product, like how much value and time you put into it, like what is the audience or customer going to be getting after completing the whatever it is the product is to be completed for, and then kind of gauge the pricing there. You might have to do some market research, but based on my experience, this is how much I think is reasonably priced for the value that they're getting. And once we're done setting the price, collect info section. The name and email will always be a non-negotiable because that's how you capture them as a lead. But in case you wanted to add any additional information, you can press add field right here. If you want to get their phone number, you want to just put text for them to answer any questions like where are they from, like where did they hear about this product from, what social channel did they come through, like maybe like what's their biggest struggle with their style. This could be fuel for your next product, by the way, like getting reviews directly in the checkout page. Whatever it is you want, you can choose it by adding a field there. And last, at least on this page, arguably the most important thing would be to actually upload your digital product. And this would be a PDF or maybe a redirect URL that you've had and made from Canva, Figma, Notion, whatever it is that it might be, you would upload it directly here. So let me just upload a photo, my guide here. Perfect. And we could publish now, but the last thing that we need to make sure is kind of like caught up to the T is the confirmation email, which would be the first email that is sent to your customer after they purchase the product. And you can find that by going to your options tab right here, going down to confirmation email, and then changing the subject line and the body. So you really want to keep the momentum going and be very grateful for their sale. So I would just honestly say thank you. Thank you for ordering. Perfect. All right. And then once you have that finalized, now you can press publish and your product is now ready for the world. Why don't we take a little peek at what the customer is going to see? All right. This is the customer's point of view, and we're about to see what this summer 2025 fit kit is all about. Okay, 25 outfit ideas to inspire your own sick fits this summer. Yeah, I want to learn more about it. Let me get this kit. Oh, whoa, look at this cool B-boy guy. Who is this guy? Oh, okay. All right, welcome to summer 2025 fit kit. Ooh, okay. What's inside? Nice. This looks pretty proper. Okay, yeah. I think I am ready to get my fit kit now. All right, so if I was my customer, I would be, putting my name in right away, ASAP, because this is amazing. My email is going to be down here because this is how the product is delivered. It's going to be sent to my email address after. And then this is the section where I can put my credit card information to actually purchase. And when I'm ready, press that purchase button. I'll be redirected to a thank you page. I'll get the product in my email as well. I'm happy. You're happy. And you just made the world a bit of a better place because you shared your value and your expertise. And I guess from my point of view, hopefully somebody gets a little bit more fashionable this summer. So now you have your digital product live. But I do remember someone promising two things. Oh, yeah. You used to call me on my cell phone. No, I'm kidding. Coaching calls. We did our digital product. Now we got to get the second option, which is a one-on-one coaching call, because there might be some people who don't have all their answers met with just your guide, your ebook, or your template. So you want to get on a call with them, address their specific concerns, and you can do that all on your StanStore. So let's dive into that. But before we get our coaching call set up, we have to make sure that Google Meets and Zoom are properly integrated. And how we do that is to go down to our settings tab. Let me move my face over. Go to the integration section and connect Google Calendar and Zoom. So let's just connect them both really quickly. It'll prompt us for our Gmail account. That's mine right there. And then go through the process, press continue. And bam, as easy as that, your Google Calendar should be integrated there. Now let's integrate our Zoom as well. So we're going to press the connect button. You're about to add Stan. Yes, I do want to add Stan, so let's go ahead with that. Allow this app to use my shared permissions. Allow. Perfect. And there we go. There might, depending on your settings with your Zoom account and your Google Calendar account, there might be some minimal steps in between, but as long as you just follow the prompts, you'll get those integrations set up perfectly. So now let's actually go about creating your coaching call product. We're going to find ourselves back in My Store. We're going to press add product and go to the coaching call product as opposed to the digital product style right here. So let's click on it. And, we're going to stick with call out because that's the most optimal way to have it showing up on your product storefront. Let's choose an image really quickly. Once again, I'm going to stick with the fashion theme. So probably another fashionable photo of mine. Let me grab something real quick. Yeah, this one's nice. Okay. Let me crop that. Perfect. Okay, so we have our photo ready. And because I am in my fashion niche, we're going to label this as a 101 style consultation. So I'm really going to dive deep with my customer here on exactly what their pain points are. Let's see, book a 30-minute coaching or consulting session on your style struggles. Perfect. And then the call to action, book a 101 call with me. Love that. Let's move on to the checkout page. All right, we're going to choose another fashionable image here. I think I got a good one for this one. Yeah, this one's good. Having a little nap on the job, but wearing some silk pajamas to go with it. Love it. Beautiful. Once again, the title is automatically populated. Let's leverage Stanley again to help us with this description body. I'm hosting a one-on-one style consultation with customers. Generate. Perfect. Now we let him do his thing, get the amazing idea out. I hope he's cooking up something good in there. Come on, Stanley. Shoot me something awesome. Love it. Love it. See, now if we had other calls ready under our belt, this would be the perfect place to put it. But yeah, love what's going on here. Let's copy and paste that. Whoops. Perfect. Into the description. Awesome. Move on to our bottom title here. Let's see. Let's get your style on. Yeah, I love that. Once again, the cool guy emoji, because that is probably one of my favorite emojis. Book a call. Because your time is way more valuable than an evergreen digital download product, you should definitely price this at a good amount. Depending on how long your coaching session is going to be, I would say probably 30 minutes is pretty average. It could be 99, it could be 200, it could be 1,000. Depends on what you guys are going to be talking about and your years of experience and what you've been through. I'm going to go and put mine as $199 there. And once again, name, email. This time, because we're getting a little bit more specific since the one-on-one coaching call, I think I'll put a little section for them to kind of include a bit more of what they're struggling with. So describe the pain point or I guess biggest struggle you're experiencing with your personal style right now.
right? So they're going to have to fill in this text block because I made it required. You don't have to make it required, but it would be nice to get a bit more insight so you're not just walking into the coaching call completely blind. You have a bit of a starting point to go off of. So now we have our checkout page done. Last couple of items to really make sure are set properly would be the availability, the confirmation email, and also a reminder email to update your customers on when the coaching call will be happening. Since it does require both parties to be there presently for it to be effective, we want to make sure those things are properly set up. So availability, depending on what you use, if you have a Google Meet, I would highly recommend using that because it integrates directly with your Google Calendar. So this really helps with any time blocks you have in your own personal calendar, with any appointments or calls booked on your Stand Store to actually be mixed together so they don't overlap and you don't get double booked. So I would choose Google Meet. I'm in the Eastern time zone. I'm going to make the call 30 minutes. This section right here is how many hours you want before the time of booking do you want it to be available for. So 12 hours from now, right now it's 9:14 p.m. May 16th. That means that if I were to book my own call, I would not be able to book a call anytime before May 17th, 9:14 a.m. EST. So it just depends on how much buffer time or like notice you want before someone books a call. Honestly, I think I'd probably need like 24 hours at least before I knew I had a call. So I think that sounds reasonable. How many attendees? I think one-on-one calls are usually the best. You can really dive deep and everyone really opens up. So I'm going to choose as one. And if you want buffer time between your meetings, you can toggle the before meeting toggle as well as the after meeting toggle and choose from increments of 15, 30 minutes, depending on if you want some buffer time between your, so you're not like booked back to back all the time. The book within the next amount of days section is just how far ahead of your schedule will you allow your customers to book. So 2 months seems pretty reasonable. You can do a shorter amount in case, you live more of a sporadic lifestyle and you don't know if you're going to be available that far ahead. So yeah, I would say like month over month, 30 days is pretty good. And this section, probably the most important section, is to select your available times. So me personally, I like to take my calls a little bit later in the afternoon, so I'd probably choose 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. Same here. Do that for all of my slots. There we go. Whoops. Sorry, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And like I said, if you have any Google Calendar blocks directly in your personal calendar, no one will be able to book over these, like within these times. So if you have a call on Wednesday or something that's separate from these coaching calls from 3 to 4, then your customers will only be able to book from 1 to 3 or 4 to 7, but 3 to 4 will be blocked and they won't be able to book. Perfect. So you could publish now, but like I said, we have a couple tinier things to just make sure are properly set to really give your customers the best experience possible. And that's in your options tab. First is going to be reminder. So email reminders. This is going to be the email and reminder that's sent to your customers X amount of time before you actually have the coaching call. So we have the subject, the body, and the timing. Automatically preset, it's going to have 1 hour before and 24 hours before. If you want to have something in the middle, you can add another reminder. Maybe we can do 12 hours before. If you want to, if it's really far in advance and you want to lead up to it, we can do 1 week, 3 days, 24 hours, 12 hours, and 1 hour. That might be a little bit much, but depends on how much you really want to make sure that the customer shows up for this call. Then, of course, much like the confirmation email for your digital product, we want to make sure the subject line is edited properly. So automatically it'll say reminder, product name with your username. Mine would be John Scawa on event date, let's say May 18th. That's what it'll display as. And then all of these autofilled personalized details and the copy for the email body too. So I would edit this how you would want. And just so you know, all these like bolded kind of purple area things are personalized pieces. So hi invitee name will automatically fill what the customer put as their first and last name or maybe just their name in the checkout page. Product name will be the name of your coaching call. Your username is this part. Event time is the time that they actually booked on the event date. And then the meeting location with the meeting link blurb will be the link to the Google Meets that'll automatically be generated once someone books a call. So we got a reminder set. If you don't want any reminder, you can always toggle it off, but I'd highly recommend keeping it on. And of course, last but not least, our confirmation email. We went over how to write that in your digital download. So once again, thanking them in the subject line, or just keeping it as, here is the booking call for myself and you, Jonathan and Samantha, for example, on product name, or Jonathan and Jerome on product name. And then the body, which can include maybe a couple of preliminary steps that the customer should prepare before the coaching call, or just any little blurb you want to put to really make sure they're taken care of. But yeah, let's go ahead and publish that. And there we go. We have our style consultation ready. And we should take a peek at what it looks like in the storefront too. Wow, it looks amazing from the storefront. Yes, I need a 30-minute consultation because I be struggling with my styles. So let me book a one-on-one call with Jonathan. That's a funny photo. Let's see what I can learn here. Unlock my style potential with personalized one-on-one style consulting. Awesome. Okay, this is all looking pretty solid. I think I could get a lot out of this call, actually. All right, yeah, I'm ready to get my style on. When am I free? Thursday. Let's see the times. Usually I'll go. Yeah, 3 p.m. sounds like it would work. Okay, name, email. Describe the biggest struggle I'm experiencing with my personal style right now. Probably say color coordination and finding the right silhouette. Silhouette. Perfect. Okay. All I got to do is put my card information now and book the call. And just like that, you now have your digital product and your coaching call live on your store, and you're ready to help whoever comes your way. This has been amazing to be able to walk you through all of this. Once again, I am so proud and happy for you to be embarking on this challenge and taking the first steps to changing your life. I think you're really in for a treat for the rest of this challenge. And yeah, I'll be cheering on for you from the sidelines because I know you got this. And just keep it going. Honestly, I know it sounds cliche, but baby steps every day and consistency is key because Rome wasn't built overnight. All great things take hard work. So just keep at it and you'll kill it. Peace!